Ladies and gentlemen of the House, and more importantly, taxpayers of the state of Illinois, let's take stock and have an update of what's happened in Springfield today on the second to last day of the legislative session for 2025. We've had action taken today to pass a massive 7% amusement tax on the entire state of Illinois for transit. We're setting in motion massive property tax increases throughout the state of Illinois with changes to our pension system. And now here in this bill, we're raising energy prices on Illinois families and businesses yet again. The sponsor of this bill has talked about supply and demand. The supply damage that has been done in the state of Illinois through actions of this and previous General Assemblies is devastating. We have taken gigawatt after gigawatt of reliable baseload power away from our energy system in the state of Illinois. Demand has gone up, and we are responsible for reducing supply at the same time. I am all in favor of wind and solar, now battery storage opportunities, but we don't have enough wind, solar, and now when the sun isn't shining and the wind isn't blowing, battery storage to make up for the damage that we've done to the supply, the generation of energy in the state of Illinois. You know, we have a lot of challenges in the state, and it was always a strength of pride that energy was not one of them. The state of Illinois was a net energy exporting state. We had reliable and affordable energy in Illinois, and it was one thing that we could always turn to for economic development opportunities and use it as a competitive advantage. Those days are long gone. And so now, we're looking at a third time's a charm strategy, from FIJA to CEJA, and now SURJA. We are making a wild bet on battery storage, a bet that other states are not willing to make. Certainly battery storage is important, but let's do what other states have done and allow the market forces that have been created with massive price spikes showing that there is a market for battery storage. And if we really want, we can help figure out a way to finance that battery storage. But instead, we're doing something very different. We're making it a mandatory procurement paid for by ratepayers. All of us, all of our constituents, families and businesses will be stuck with the bill for these actions here today. We've talked about, and I heard other speakers speak about some of the changes that have been made. The carbon mitigation credits that offered refunds to some of our constituents. I would just remind you that Illinois is a big and diverse state, and that we have two energy markets for the state of Illinois. And the policies that are made in the Chicagoland area don't work the same way as downstate communities like those that I represent and other members of my caucus. We have been devastated by detrimental energy decisions made by elected officials of this body. We cannot afford to continue raising prices on our families and businesses in the state of Illinois. The other thing that's really important in this bill, and it's a big concern, and every one of us should share a hesitation when the General Assembly, when the legislature takes power that's entrusted to us as policymakers and we give it away. And once we give it away, we will never, ever get it back. That is what we are doing with this type of IRP planning and giving the Illinois Commerce Commission the ability to make our decisions for us, to lift rate caps that we've imposed in the past to protect consumers, to make policy decisions that will change how much battery storage should be required in the state of Illinois, how much rate increases should be imposed on the people of Illinois. Once we give that away, we do not get it back. And it's one of the most concerning parts of this bill And it really is a terrible failure of the legislature to protect ourselves as a co-equal branch of government. I think that this is greatly disappointing. Of all the things we've talked about this week, massive bills with major implications, this is the one that is going to hurt communities more than ever throughout the state of Illinois. We had an opportunity to work together in a bipartisan basis. There are things we could do immediately that would relieve the pressure on high utility prices for all of our constituents throughout the state of Illinois. None of that is in this bill. We're making a bet on batteries that will be 4, 5, 6 years in the future. And in the meantime, energy bills will continue to rise on all of our constituents. If we do nothing, that will be the case. And when we vote on this bill, it will be furthermore the case. This is our third try. And fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. But when you do it a third time, I don't know who's being fooled anymore. It doesn't even seem like a joke. It seems that we are taking deliberate actions to create harm to families, businesses in the state of Illinois. Please, vote no.